where I am testing the limit, what is possible with 21, like 20, like $210 for 21 days, $10 a day, right? So to day number 4, as I've been announcing and sharing with you the last 2 days. And again, this is just accountability for my purposes, for me to stay on track with my challenges is all. There's everything. If you hope to get freebies or anything, it's probably not the space for you. But just to clarify, so basically, as I've been sharing in the previous couple of days, is like today I had a conversation or a lunch, business lunch with my investor, and obviously $10 a day, it's a little meager. So I was thinking beforehand. Actually, I wasn't really thinking much, but on the way there, I've been noticing, hey, I mean, the way that I do things on a day-to-day basis, just straightforward. There is unfortunately two, three, or like at least one thing where where I don't have that much courage to be that straightforward, and that's my relationship. And that's one of the things that I deal with. But in any case, so I thought like, okay, why not just be that straightforward with my investor as well? So I just met him and told him, listen, it's going to be it's a little veggie, um, it's a little veggie juice and a glass of water for us today, or for me. And he said, okay, why? And I told him about the challenge. He said, like, okay, so basically it's just for you to eat at home and stuff. So we had a conversation about the challenge, etc. It was all good. It was interesting, also to hear his opinion about challenges altogether. So yeah, that was very inspiring. Also, like just to utilize that approach in regardless any situation, just to be very straightforward with people, not making any fuzz or any kind of like complicated moves mentally, just straightforward. That's what it is. I think oftentimes people don't do that because they are not that clear about them, whatever is going on in their mind themselves. And so another thing that I've been noticing today is having a very long day, very tough day in terms of mental work, etc. Listening to a lot of people, working with a lot of people. I noticed that that it really helps a lot to have self-talk every now and again. So to conclude this day today, I did along like while I was meal prepping for tomorrow. I was, talking to myself, and that really helped a lot to clarify things in terms of my emotions, in terms of what really goes on in my heart and my mind. And I rediscovered that. I do a lot of internal dialogues in terms of self compassion, just because I've been learning how important it is for us to, tune into ourselves and check in with what's really going on, because otherwise, we are going to fall short. So, in terms of this challenge today, there's really not much to be shared. Obviously, you've been hearing over the past few days how difficult it is for me to say no to a good burger, or going to the grocery store and not buy what I like to buy. So, that's kind of like the struggles that I'm dealing with here in terms of this challenge. And as a quick insight, when somebody says no to you in terms of what you would really have, and you actually have the money for it, but you are not allowed to do it, that's going to leave you very unsatisfied. And that's really interesting enough, right? I was the person talking to myself. I'm going to the groceries. I see food stands and restaurants, etc., and I'm saying no to all the goodies, all the good things. And I noticed that there is a very deep connection, an emotional connection for me to food, and how I can provide food to myself. So, something that I didn't expect to happen was basically that I would come across this emotional component, this emotional association to food, and how it would satisfy me when I would just go out and say, like, okay, wow, there's a great burger. I want to have that burger, right? So that's something that I've been noticing today. I recognized how important it is for me to be able to um, you know, buy and grant me whatever foods I like, and how challenging that is when you only got 210 freaking bucks for 21 days to spend on food. It's boiling down to functionalities, man, like to around, like, what's your macros like? Is the food that you're eating clean? Does it make sense? Is it good for your belly? Is it good for your mind? Is it strengthening your system? Is there enough proteins in there? So yeah, that was basically the recognition today. I really love to do these challenges, also to check in daily here with these video logs. I just do it for myself. There's nothing that I want to gain or sell or anything. It's just the processing of the challenges that I'm going through during my day. That's basically why I do these video logs. And of course, to test out sometimes really crazy thoughts and challenges that people coming up with, like such as like an optimum health challenge, where the goal is to really try and do, thanks for that. So to really try and do everything in my knowledge, right? So I'm doing this work for about 10 to 15 years now. I'm a coach and a mental trainer, fitness trainer. So how can I implement and get the best out of this body now turning 38 at this point? This is kind of another challenge that people tell me, or like a backflip challenge, or there was like a handstand challenge that people were proposing. So for me, these challenges are really just to put into action theoretical ideas around my work, around my knowledge. And the 210 bucks in 21 days food challenge was basically the idea for me to test and try. Okay, so I'm a nutritionist, I'm a fitness trainer by trade. Am I able to really boil down things to the level where I am eating clean, building muscle, staying healthy, vital, you know, energized on such a tiny budget, right? So that's basically the content, or the reason, the intention around this particular challenge. And if you ever have like some thoughts or maybe criticism or inspirations toward it, just leave a comment or message me directly. You can find me on Instagram and I don't know, the majority of other platforms. And I'd love to have a chat, because I think it's very important for us to challenge ourselves. Make it time bound, please, if you challenge yourself. Make it actionable, make it, so that you can actually achieve it. Otherwise, it's going to be super tough, right? For me to be able to do a backflip in 2 days, most likely with the right coach, I would say that's going to be possible. But just on my own, hilarious mind, that's probably going to be difficult. Again, enough chattering. I thank you very much if you have been staying until this point, and I wish you from the bottom of my heart all the best for you. I really hope that you find it in yourself to do what you love doing, that you find it in yourself to share your heart rather than, the mind. And in this sense, all the best to you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.